Hey guys, Christina with Forever Bored Soapery here. Today I am restocking my Rosemary goat milk soap. I don't know where I'm going with this here. I don't know. I've got a whole bunch of things going on here. So I'm just going to tire out my scale here and see what I've got happening. So I'm just gonna measure out my essential oil. I do go a little bit wild with mine, I think, in comparison to some people. I do the full 5%. I know it's a little bit strong, but my customers seem to really be enjoying the extra fragrances. Not extra, I guess, because you're allowed to do 5%. Just they really are liking that stronger fragrance in my soaps. So I've been kind of hanging on to that. It does make them a little more costly to make, but I'm okay with that. I price my bars accordingly and they do just fine. All right, so 5%, I'm doing 4 loaves today. So for me, that works out to be 192 grams. And I am using the Rosemary Essential Oil from Windy Point again. Most of the time it's Windy Point. Sometimes I do others, but most of the time it's Windy Point. And then I am going to do my colorant. I've taken to just mixing it into my essential oils. I don't know. I'm sure that's not necessarily the right way, but it's the way I've been doing it, and it works fine. And I tend to add them at the same time usually. But I do need to separate this out, getting ahead of myself, because I only put the colorant in a portion of it. So let's just fix that up. Just a touch more. So like a quarter is what we're going for here for the colorant. And so that works out to be just over 3 pounds of soap. And this is a half a tablespoon here right now. So 3 pounds would be a tablespoon. So 3 teaspoons per. So we'll do that. Or a teaspoon per, being 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. One day I might get more picky with my colorants and get them down to the gram. I really should at some point start making that a priority. I'm getting to the point where my customers are starting to want to be a little bit more uniform in what I'm making. So far I've been able to find the right customers who aren't super fussy about it, but they are definitely starting to get there. So I just need to get my goat's milk ready, and then I think we're ready to go. So I'm just gonna pause you for a minute. So my goat's milk is in the microwave right now. So I freeze my goat's milk because I get kind of so much at a time. And I can't use it as fast as I am receiving it from my goats. So I do freeze it. And then it does help me out for when they are out of milk. So right now I actually have no goats that are being milked. I have one mama who's had 2 babies, but of course she's feeding those babies, so we're not taking her milk yet. So what I tend to do is freeze it, and then I can come back and use it whenever I need to, which works out really well. Yeah. So what else do I got going on here? I have got my coconut oil. I need to melt it down further. I'm very disorganized this morning. Fun tip though, well, maybe not a tip, but yay for me. I know you guys probably see my video of me losing my mind over the boxes that I was getting my coconut oil in and being so upset about it, and then having it get super hot in the shop here the one day and it actually melted through the box and all over my floor. huge mess, so frustrated. So I did some price comparisons again, and I did find that Costco was not so much the lower price at the time of the comparison, but when you pay for shipping from the other companies, it did work out to be the lower price. So once I factored in shipping, it was lower. So I decided to go back to Costco into these containers. And I got lucky because they weren't actually on sale, but they were a lower price in the store than what they were showing on their website, which worked out great. By like, I think it was like $22 on the website, and it was only $17.99 in the store. So I bought 12. I stocked up because they were lower than I was even calculating before. So hopefully when they go on sale, it's even lower than that, which would be fantastic. But I was happy with that. The nice part about these is I can actually put them in the microwave and melt everything down in it. So you can see that that's what I did. I was using a little bit of the old coconut and the nude together in this batch, so I just poured it into the bowl. But super happy about going that route. So much easier to handle, to pour, to melt. I'm not digging into a messy box and plastic everywhere and leaking on my floors, and I don't have to worry about any of that anymore. So hopefully the price point stays strong at Costco and I can continue to use those. I hate the idea of all this plastic. I get why people have moved to boxes, but I will say it seems to be one of those things at this point where it's just necessary. On the plus side, these containers are very reusable, so I can use these for storing my kaolin clay in, or oats, or anything really. So I'll find ways as much as I can to reuse these. And yeah, at least they're good containers, so that's a plus. Just going to check on my milk here. So it just gets frozen in these lovely little Ziploc bags. And she's still pretty frozen. She's going to need some more time. Just going to get it all out of there. Okay, so we're gonna let that continue to melt down. Then I've got to melt this guy down, and I'll bring you back when that's done and we'll get started on everything. Okay, so the reason I'm running back and forth and being all slow pokey-ish here, my remote for my videoing isn't working. I don't know why. So I'm just adding my coconut oil into my canola oil. And yes, guys, I do use canola oil. I love it. I don't know. Like, I know people get fussy about more natural, less processed oils. But I've been like super happy with how it does in soap. And I'm not sure that that is a factor that we need to be worried about with soap so much. It works really great, gets me beautiful bars. People love my soaps, and I don't know. I'm an Alberta company, and I just feel like canola is kind of our thing out here. So I'm happy with it. I don't see me changing that anytime in the near future. I might do specialty bars with different oils and things like that, but my base, I think, will always have the canola oil. It's fantastic. It does great in soap. So that's my theory on it. So I've got my oils in here. I just added my kaolin clay. I only do a teaspoon, half a teaspoon per pound of oils. I don't do a ton. I'm not super loving this, but we'll see. Okay, so I need to add my milk and my lye into here. I think we'll go ahead and add my milk first, just so it's out of the way. And then she's getting pretty full. You can see, maybe you can't because I got stuff in the way. My stick blender is basically at max here. That's why I don't use this bucket. I kind of forgot. I was using it all the time and then I stopped using it for this reason. It doesn't, my stick blenders aren't deep enough for it, so I have to, it works, you can make it work, but it's not ideal. So, in on my lye. And that container there has been working great for lye. I want to get some more of those. I had ordered some, but they came in all broken, so I have to order again. I just find I make more soap when I do a master batch up. It's just definitely a me thing for sure. Okay, I wouldn't call this emulsified just yet, but it's so full I'm having troubles getting to where I want to be. So I am going to color off my green colorants so that I can have it be a little more manageable here. So each loaf is about 1,500 grams, and I want a quarter of it just to set aside. So I'm taking out about 1,500 for the green to be added later. And we'll slide it over to the side here for you so you can actually see what I'm doing. And I think we're done with the scale now. I don't know how soapers work in a small space. I've got a fairly decent amount of space here, and I still feel like I never have enough space. Beautiful. Okay, so we're already at emulsification, which is perfect. So for the base, I don't add any colorant to this guy. I just go with the natural color for this portion. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour I'm gonna pour about half. I want the green to go throughout. I don't want it just sitting on top. So I am going to pour about half full here so that I can get green down into the bottom. Okay, we'll just set that over to the side, and then we'll set those there. We'll get the green going. Oh, who's seen me add my fragrance? Did anybody see me add my fragrance? No, because they didn't do it. So this has never happened to me before. Sometimes I swear, just videoing for you guys throws me off completely and I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna pour this back in because I need fragrance. That's important. I've never done this before where I've halfway through realized I didn't pour fragrance. I've done it once where I didn't add the fragrance and I noticed the next day when I went to cut it and went, oops, my bad. But this is a first. Oh well, we make this channel all about learning with me. So things to learn with me. Add your fragrance oil. Step 1. Silly. Okay, so we're gonna bring this baby back. And we're gonna add our fragrance oil, or essential oil, I guess, not fragrance oil. Get that in there. Silly, 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 silly. Okay, here's hoping it's mixed in there well. I think so, but da-da-da. Okay, round 2. We are going to pour half into these guys. Gorgeous. So pretty. I really do enjoy just the plain unscented goat's milk bars as well, like just pouring this color and just, I love my colors, but I also really enjoy just a plain bar. They just, it's very satisfying pouring that into the molds. Okay, so we're just going to set those to the side now, and we're going to remember our colorant and fragrance oil. In this one, and I do like a fairly deep green, so here's hoping I have enough. Might if you guys are looking for a powerful blender, this Nutribullet one is powerful. Okay, so that's this one. I am pouring fairly thin because I do want it to drop down, and we're going to try pouring somewhat high. I'll just do 2 passes for now. Okay, and that should be good for the moment. Now I am also going to give it a little bit of a swirl. And I think this popsicle stick should do the job, just to kind of get it blended throughout the bar. Nothing major. I just don't want it to be one little spot. Okay, so here's hoping that did a good job. And then we're gonna go ahead and put in the rest of the white. I say white, but really it's a creamy color. You guys know. I'm going to try and make it my mission here over the next while to get some soap videos out to you guys, because I haven't been doing a lot of soap lately, but I'm definitely out, like it's time. I need to make a lot of soap, so. Okay, here we go, round 2. Oops, making a mess already. For those of you who don't watch me, that's what I do, I make messes. one's looking pretty good. This one could use a little more. Okay, so that guy's pretty full, pretty full, pretty full. This guy needs some love. So we'll start with finishing off the last little bit of this base. Why I'm using a baby spoon and a ginormous pail? No idea. It's what I'm doing. All right. Get the majority of this soap out of here. Perfect. And then I do have just a little bit of green left as well. And since this one's got a little space left in it, it's getting more green. How you guys talk while you make soap, I don't know. Really, I'm all focused on my scraping of the container. I've been watching a new YouTuber lately. She is, I don't know how new she is. I didn't look to see how new she was. I just know that she new to me, I guess. I don't think she had a ton of subscribers when I last looked, but she definitely all of a sudden went through a jump and was getting a lot more. So people are enjoying her videos for sure. Seems like a great lady. Anyways, Triple Goddess Soapery. And she calls her lye water danger water in her videos. I love it. I'm all about it. I think lye water should forever be named as danger water. I think she's got it down. And it's so cute when she's grabbing her danger water to pour into her soaps. I really enjoyed it. She's in Canada too, out in Nanaimo, BC, which was kind of cool. Maybe one day I'll get to go out there and check out her soap making. Okay, so I want to just double check really quickly what design I had on top before. Bear with me. I think I have one bar in the shop. Nothing. And that's what I thought. I did nothing to the top of this bar. I just left it as is. Not sure how I feel about that. I feel like I want to swirl. Oh, I didn't swirl the... Will this do this? Because we didn't do this yet. Just swirl in those drop pieces. There. So we should hopefully have some swirls kind of throughout the bars with a nice flat top. Perfect. Okay. So I will go grab my baking tray and we'll move these over to the baking tray and then clean up my mess. I use these plastic restaurant trays, with the baking rack, just because the baking rack ones are usually aluminum that they come with, and that's not very good for soap. So I went with these plastic ones. They work fantastic. I actually had somebody some soaping group somewhere mentioned it to me very early on in my soap making, and I've done it ever since. It works great. Very happy with it. So now she's all set up. I think you guys need a quick picture of this. I think so. So you can see all the cool designs. My soapy soaps. Pretty happy with that. All right. Oh, you guys are lopsided. You might still be lopsided. I give up. Yeah. I definitely think I need to, at some point, start putting in a little bit more time and energy into editing of my videos and that sort of thing. So far, I'm happy with where I'm at, but I would like to expand and change things up a bit, just to become a little bit more, not professional, but just a little better in my editing skills and things like that for you guys. And I'll get there, I'm sure. It might be a January problem to really sit down and learn it, because I just get busy this time of the year to be learning new things and whatnot, but I'm trying to improve a bit. But it appears my husband has shown up with my new fridge, so I am going to let you go, and I'll be back.
And then I will wipe around the jars because they do get a little bit oily from you doing this. Once again, when doing this, I've said it all along, just do make sure you wear gloves and you're following sanitary idea of how we're going to keep everything clean and beautiful. So anyway, we'll keep going and I'll come back in a moment.
Hey guys, it has been 24 hours. I'm back for the cut. And just opening this, I'm once again reminded how much my water discounted batch. I've got my gloves here, bear with me. How much my water discounted batch I made with something for a challenge here this week, and I didn't do the water discount because I wanted a really fluid. Oh my goodness. It's where my hands have grown. I don't know. I didn't do a water discount batch in the one that I was doing for the challenge because I needed a really fluid batch, and 2 days later I went to unmold it and it still was just so soft. So just kind of reminds me that I need that full the water discount to get one that can be unmolded. And in this case I am not quite at the 24 hours. I think I'm at about 20 hours. And it's still just a little bit soft on the sides here. I'm going for it anyways because I need to get things done today, but we're gonna give it a shot. So one of the things I'm going to try to start doing is when I go to do my cuts here, on one end, just doing a super thin one for the end piece, and the other one a little bit thicker of an end piece, and then I'm gonna cut it in half. I think I'll wait till it cures a bit, but I'm going to start cutting it in half and then giving that as the sample bar. I think it just feels more like a bar if it's a little bit thicker. So anyways, this is my rosemary. It did soda ash. I had to steam the top on this one. I'm starting to wonder if the weather plays a factor in soda ashing, because I haven't really had to deal with a lot of soda ash in this last, say, 6 months or so. And all of a sudden, I'm getting a lot of soda ash again. So it makes me wonder if that has something to do with it. Pretty happy with this. It's just kind of got the splashes of color. I do prefer a little bit more of a swirly look. That might have something to do with the way that I swirled it. Might have given it that more that mottled look, but I'm okay with it. And that one is perfect for molding. Anybody want to come do my shop clean for me today? Because man, oh man, do I need it. I need a shop clean, and I'm behind on products. I sold out of some stuff this week that I really need to restock. So I need to get on that. I'm gonna try my hardest to get the pomegranate shampoo bars, the pomegranate marshmallow, curing today, so that it'll be ready for wrapping on Tuesday, so that I can have it for the market on Wednesday. And then I'm going to try and do, I don't think I'll be able to get the Satsuma orange done today. If by some miracle I can, I guess I will, for sure. But I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see. I'm also going to try and do 3 times the batch that I normally do. I'm really selling out of them. As long as I have enough ingredients to pull that off, I think that's what I'll do. And when I say enough ingredients, I mean not only enough to make that batch, but still enough left to do a Satsuma orange batch as well, because I definitely need, it's hot in here today. I need a batch of them as well, for sure. Perfect. So overall, these look gorgeous. I'm very happy with them. yeah, I'm just, they're perfect in every way, I guess, is where I'm going with this. The rosemary, it's one of those fragrances that for me is not my top scent. Like, it's not something that I go crazy over or would go out of my way to buy a rosemary. But I've been working with it so much because I have so many customers who love it that I've come to enjoy the fragrance when I'm working with it. Again, probably not one that I would buy for myself. I prefer the sweeter scents. But I find it very satisfying and calming, like a very calming fragrance. I don't know, I really enjoy it. Oh, I'm very concerned about how hot it is in the shop today, guys. I don't know if it's the fabric that I'm wearing, but I am overheating right now, big time. That is not ideal when I have so much work to do in here. I might have to start coming in the first thing in the morning when it's cooler just to get some work done. Because I'm feeling the heat. And I'd love to add just a little air conditioner in here, but the window design isn't really set up for that pipe that has to kind of go out the window, that hose or whatever. So I don't know. All right, well, that's the rosemary. She's done, she's gorgeous. She'll be ready in about 4 weeks. We'll leave her to cure. And then I think I'm gonna move on to the shampoo bars today if I can pull it off. The pomegranate marshmallow, and then I have to do some dishes. So we'll get that done and then we'll see where the day lands. We'll talk to you again soon.